Hey everyone, Wayne here, and welcome to Wandering Hexes. In today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at Albion's Legacy, 2nd edition. This is an Arthurian-themed cooperative fantasy game where you're going to control a number of characters from Arthurian legend and go and complete quests, travel around the board, eliminate enemies, the usual stuff. So the thing about this game, and what I really wanted to focus on for this video is, and there's a bunch of videos out there on the game, and there's two reasons I want to look at it. One, I absolutely love Arthurian legends. I love the stories. I love the history, the real history of it, what little we know or can confirm, all the way to the mythological and the fantastical. I love that and everything in between. One of the very first fantasy movies that I remember watching, when it came out, I think it came out technically before I was born, but was Excalibur. And one of those movies, those old sword and sorcery movies that just lodged itself in my brain, and I haven't been the same since. So that's number one. And number two, I saw this game covered on Daniel's channel, The Dungeon Dive, which, to give his credit, half the sort of open world adventure fantasy games I've been checking out lately basically came because I saw it on his channel first and said, ooh, that looks interesting. So thanks, Daniel, by the way. Appreciate that. Keep up the good work over there. But what I wanted to look at with this one was I wanted to check it out from the perspective of a solo player. So that'll be all my videos here on this channel is from a solo player. I want to look at it with a true solo mindset as well. So, because when you play this game solo, you play 3 characters. Well, I've been playing it with one, and I've played through a couple times. And I played through kind of a shortened version of it, which there's rules for a shortened game in the rule book. So we're going to go to the table here in a second. I'm going to kind of cover the game a little bit. Again, there's some other excellent videos out there, so I'm not going to deep dive into it. But I want to talk about my thoughts on the game, my thoughts on my sort of true solo method, and just share them with you. And then you guys can either check out the game if you're able to, which unfortunately, it's not in print anymore. And also, I don't like how they released it on Kickstarter, and I have just sort of the basic 2nd edition. The Kickstarter edition with the expansions has a ton more, literally like difference between this much content to that much content in a certain aspect, right? Like quests, like I get 3 quests. I think the Kickstarter one with all the add-ons and everything has like 20 quests available, which is just crazy that you get that fewer stuff in the base game that you buy. But anyway, I digress. So I'll cover the game a little bit. I'll talk about what I like, look at my sort of true solo changes to the rules, and we'll just look at the game. We'll talk about it a little bit. So, all right, I think it's time. Let's get on the table. All right, I have it all set up on the table here, and really what I have it set up for is I have it set up for my true solo version of the game that I've been playing. Now, it's a 1 to 4 player game, cooperative. You have the different characters. For instance, I've chosen King Arthur Pendragon for my true solo. Normally, for solo, you control 3 characters yourself. If it's 2 player, you control 2 each, and then, like I said, technically up to 4. Could be 4 people working together. So, in the rules, now the rules for solo, again, as you control 3 characters, I'm practicing and I'm experimenting with just playing 1 hero. There's also, so the game comes with, I mentioned the base game, I have 3 quests in sort of this base game version of it here. In the Kickstarter one, there's like 20 quests. It's such a difference. I'm actually kind of annoyed that I didn't fully realize that when I picked it up. I know that, I think I'd read it or I heard about it, but I just, for whatever reason, didn't quite click with me that there is such a difference in the amount of content versus like the base game you can buy, you can buy cheaper. Let's just say that. How about this? You can go right now online, Board Game Geek, wherever. You can pick up the base one. I think I got mine for like $30, maybe 35, if that. Yeah, that's going to be the base one with, a eighth of the content that you're going to get in the full Kickstarter version. But anyway, I know I kind of checking the theme here on the ranting on the content. I really hate when publishers do that. So maybe there's a reason why they're not really releasing this game anymore and games like this anymore. You can't do that to people. But anyway, so with the game that as is, so what I have the content. So if you went out and said, hey, I like this video, Wayne, and you know what, I'm going to go buy this game, go pay $30 and buy it from somebody, you still have a lot of gameplay on here. So the thing is, with the rules here, whether you're playing, mine is 1, or you're controlling 3, or you're playing multiple people cooperatively, whatever the case is, right? You're likely going to have a quest. You pick one of the quests, and you're going to go out, and you're going to be traveling around. And again, I'm going to be very quick, dirty sort of overview of the game. each turn, the back of the rulebook's going to tell you exactly what you do. You're going to have your turns, and then whoever has the key turn is going to get to go twice. They'll go first, and then it'll be each character will get a turn, and then whoever had the key turn will get to go again. So they get like an extra turn, and then it's the actual key turn step. And then on the key turn, that is where a despair token is placed on a flame of hope, which is basically the countdown timer saying how many turns you have to beat the game, to reach your objectives, right? Complete the quest, and or complete your main quest and collect enough of these quest coins here. So basically what you're going to do is each turn you're going to be moving your character around, and here I have the standee for Arthur. I don't have him in the standee, right, because his camera's up there. I want you guys to be able to see him. So you're going to start off, everyone will start off the round table. You're going to take your moves. You have as many moves as you have movement on your character sheet here. You're going to move around. You're going to take actions. Now, if you take a action on one of the active tiles, for instance, an armory tile, an item tile, a repair tile, virtue tile, etc., which allow you to draw different items, draw different things, make your character stronger, equip yourself, which is something you probably want to do kind of before you head out into the wilderness. Those are going to end your turn. And then there's going to be passive tiles, which you'll encounter. Some are in here, some are within Camelot, right? This is the map of Camelot itself. Obviously, talk about the round table, gatehouse, there's drawbridge up here, Sallyport docks. And then from Camelot, you're going to then travel to different areas. So you're going to be placing tiles. You're going to go and you're then going to be scouting. Scouting is where you are placing the tiles. So each of the areas, the drawbridge, the Sallyport, and docks, has a different terrain type you can place from there. The drawbridge is going to be anything that has this mountain symbol on here. The Sallyport, anything with a wood symbol. Now you notice this tile here has mountain and woods, so it could either be placed from the drawbridge or from the Sallyport. Your character would just have to be, say, at the drawbridge. Okay, you could draw and place it, or down at the Sallyport, draw and place it. You then place it, flip it over, reveal it, and it's going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. It's going to have a name for it, the Kellywake Grove. It's going to have a little symbol here. In this case, this is a, what is this, passive secret path tile, warp tile. This actually allows you to warp from this location to the Sallyport here in Camelot. Now that tile right there, kind of useless, right, because it's only one away. If you had, say, been placing tiles, and you had it out here, right, you had it 4 or 5 tiles away from the Sallyport, and then you placed it, that'd be a nice way to kind of teleport in between, right, to get your character moving around faster. Moving is kind of the biggest obstacle I find in this game, is getting your character around, especially playing true solo with my method, but I'll cover that in a second. So you're placing them around, you're revealing them. Oh, what do you know? What's this one do? So you're going to want to line them up to where the open spots are. Camelard here, and that is a armory. You can draw an armory card there. Oh, keep placing them. You keep exploring, or scouting, excuse me. Oh, there we go. So now we have a roaming threat. Roaming threat, you're going to go and check the cards. These are going to be like the creatures you're going to fight, right? And they may be humanoid, they may not. It's a world of fantasy here. So yes, there's Saxons, right? And there's actual like historical enemies, historical barbarians, and people that the peoples of Britain fought, after the fall of Rome, when the Roman legions left the island and the island was kind of to fend for itself. That's when, the Arthurian legend began, right? And King Arthur uniting Britain against those sort of barbarian hordes. Well, you're going to go ahead and pick, and now each turn, or each time you draw from, it's going to start with a severe threat. You'll have this token. Drop from severe, you place it on general. Next time you have a roaming threat like that icon, you'll draw a general threat, back and forth, back and forth. You'll draw it, something like the Spy of Camelot. Spawn the Graven token. So this will be the bad guy right here. He's a traitor, so you can tell, and he goes to Grand Hall, which is up here in Camelot, and he spawns there. You then spawn 3 traitor tokens, which will be that same icon, right? So this sort of skull and crossbones, and you will grab them, 3 of them, and you're going to place them in hallways. And I believe you place them where you want to. And now they're there, and it's going to tell you what they do. So their actual movement, monster movement, is escape. So they're going to be trying to escape. So movement commands. When they are escaping, objective is to escape. Travel 1 realm tile towards the nearest open path, avoiding characters if possible. If he, the main bad guy, managed to escape through an open path, so he actually was able to leave Camelot, you must place 2 despair tokens to extinguish flames of hope. He is a traitor, and the traitor comes into play when it comes to you attacking getting bonuses, extra dice to roll to attack to defeat the challenge of attacking. And attacking is part of the challenge system. So challenges are how you defeat, whether it's an enemy, whether it's a card and a counter, something that comes up that you have to deal with. You're going to be rolling a number of dice, depending on, usually you get to pick between a couple of them. For example, if you're fighting him, you can either pick between prowess, or you can use your, what would that be, loyalty, which for King Arthur, we have 5 prowess and 4 loyalty. We would probably pick prowess, gives us 5 dice to roll. Dice here, you're going to roll for that symbol. So in this case, say we were on that same location as he is. Where'd my King Arthur go? There he is. And we wanted to fight him. We wanted to fight the big bad here. We are challenging him. We are challenging using our prowess. That's 5 dice. Let's go ahead and roll 5 of them. And we're looking for that symbol, right? We're picked prowess, so the crossed axes. So we're going to look for them. We got no crossed axes. We did get a burst. A burst counts as 2 of whatever we're looking for. Well, we needed 4. Uh-oh. So we will now then take a wound. So we will go ahead and place a wound token on our character. You can only take 1 wound. Another wound will kill him. And then we go ahead and grab another character to play as. You can do certain things then. We can go ahead and discard, say, our destiny tokens. And we can go ahead, or we could say, and here's a common one you'll see. And I'll probably play through like a couple turns so you guys can see it, game in action. Say this longsword for our weapon. And this is where this game's a little different than other games. Longsword, it's not going to affect like your prowess directly. What it is you have these items equipped. Longsword, you may break this card to avoid taking a wound. And then you get to continue the combat. So say I would say, okay, well, I'm going to break it. So you flip it over to its backside. I did not take a wound because I used my longsword. I broke it. And now I get to go ahead and continue the combat. And now I get to pick another type and I get to roll against it. So I can say, oh, I want to do the loyalty and try that one. So I'll go ahead and roll. And now I count for both of them. So I have my prowess there. So 1, 2, 3. I still don't have enough. Jeez, this is a tough one. I break my half plate. I roll again. And okay, there we go. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually 5. Boom. We defeated him. You can go ahead and set him on your character sheet. And then he had those other traders. Say I move around over the course of a turn and I defeat these other traders. Yeah, I get to add them here. Aha. Well, this threat card, right, would be on the active roaming threats, along with a quest token. And once I defeat it, and I defeated everything, the requirement that it says, beautiful. I get to go ahead and collect that quest token, place it on my little quest token chit here. And now, once I get X amount, a certain amount, I win the game. Okay, that's very, very quick and dirty. Doesn't cover everything at all, but that's kind of how she goes. So, with the game and how I play it, and with True Solo, is that, say solo, you would play 3 characters, and what you would get is you basically get 4 turns before there's a key turn. Because on that key turn, you would place 1 despair token like I mentioned. So this is basically the turn track that counts down. When every flame of hope is covered, I won't do it for you, but when all of them are covered, you lose the game, right? So you have X number of turns to finish the game. Now, in a game where, according to the rules, you play 3 characters, it would be is that, say, Arthur was number 1, and he had the key token, and he was first character, and then I had 2 other characters. Arthur would go first, second character would go second, third character would go third. Arthur would then go a 4th time. That'd be done with the character turns. Then you do that key turn, right? So that's the bad guy turn. Then that key token would go to the next character. Then they would go, right? So number 2 would go, number 3, Arthur, and then number 2 would go again. You get the idea, right? With solo, the true solo, since that adds up to 4 turns, I kind of equivalent that to I get to go 4 times. So what I've been doing is, as King Arthur Pendragon, as my true solo character, I just let him take 4 turns in a row, right? Because remember, first turn you get to go, and then it would be those other 2 characters, and then that first character goes again. So that's equivalent of 4. So I keep track of it with this. So I'll go first turn, then I'll rotate it like a clock, right? Clockwise. Second turn, third turn, and then 4th and final. And once King Arthur, or whoever character you pick, I've been playing with King Arthur, goes his 4th and final turn, then you do the key turn. Not only are you putting out those despair tokens on the Flame of Hope track, but also you're checking the threat track. So say we had not defeated old Spy of Camelot, right? You would then check to see, say, it wasn't defeated and all the bad guys were still out here. Still out all over the place. Uh-oh. You would then follow through what you do on the sheet here, or it's on the quick reference on the back side of the rulebook. And then there's also reference cards that guide you on the different tiles, and then on what the enemies will do. You place that despair token, so place another one of those out. You are check the threat track, resolve enemy special abilities. So if they have any special abilities on the card, you would then move them according to that movement command. So they're trying to escape. So say, oh, they're going to go towards the nearest openings, try to get out of here, try to escape. And then you challenge all enemy tokens that moved onto a character's tile. So it may be that they're aggressive. So maybe I'm here and they actually moved to me. And maybe two of them ended up where I am. And now I have to fight them. I have to do those challenges one after the other, right? Flip them over, resolve against, pick a type, prowess or loyalty, roll against it, and try to defeat that challenge without getting killed. And then finally, you pass the key turn token clockwise again. It goes to the next character, next person that is playing. So with my true solo, I mentioned a couple things. Oh, and another thing that's related to that is that in the rulebook, it allows you to do, there's optional rules, and some of them, for example, for faster gameplay, consider using some of the following rules. And this is what I've been playing with a bunch. Because I only have the 3 quests, which is really a bummer to me, add 4 despair tokens at the start of the game to extinguish flames of hope, but play without a story quest. So I start off like this. Minus the bad guys already on the board. Yeah, I don't have them out. But what I do is I'm starting off like this, and this I'll probably play a turn so you guys can kind of see the game in action here. But what I do is I start off like this. Arthur or whoever is chilling in the round table. And then I have 4 of the Flames of Hope covered by despair tokens. So now I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turns. Now full turns, right? Again, I get 4 turns within each of those turns. But I have 6 sort of massive turns to get my goal. Now, what's my goal? Well, here's where I'm working on it as my true solo experiment here. According to the game, when you're playing with that faster gameplay and without your without your story quest, well, what you're just trying to do then are get X number of quest tokens. All right. So to win the game, 1 story quest has to be completed, along with 3 quest coins per player. So those fancy, cool little metal, tiny little quest coins, which they've been like regular size coins, but whatever. You have to get 3 of those per player. Now for solo and with the shorter game, I kind of looked at it like, well, since I'm kind of playing as equivalent of 3, does that mean I have to get 9 of these? Well, I played a couple of games and I could not get even close to 9. So what I've settled on for true solo is to get 4 of these. Now, how do you get these? Well, I already told you guys. Listen, pay attention. So when you defeat those active threats, right, active roaming threats, they have one there. So every time you're adding one to, okay, this is 1d6 magic creatures, so no big bad, just the magic creatures here. You'd add them on the board, and I roll 1d6 to see how many. Okay, oh, just 1. Sweet, that's actually nice. And if I defeat them, hey, I get that one. So there's another one, right? And so I have to do 6 of those. Also, once you defeat, I believe it's 8 enemies, and you have 8, I mentioned kind of collecting those enemy tokens and putting them on your character sheet. Once you have 8 of them, you can go ahead and bring them to the jail here, the dungeon, drop them off in the dungeon, and 8 of them translates into or gets traded in for a quest coin. So true solo, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turns. Again, though, I get to go 4 of my turns for each of those 6. So 24 like regular turns to get 4 quest tokens. I've played, I want to say 3 times using this rule set that I've developed here. Extensively tested, not really. And I've won each time, but a couple of them have been really, really close. Like I was on the last turn. I literally had everything filled and just had the 1 left. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. And one of them, in fact, I was on my very last action. So I was on my 4th and final sort of turn of the game. And I was able to defeat the bad guy to get that last quest token, which got me to 4 of them, which got me the victory. So that's my little like true solo experiment with this game. Trying to take this game that without having all the extra content, which is a real bummer. I really wish I had all that extra content because, before I even dive in, I'll play a turn or 2 to show you guys the game. Man, this game looks great. The theme is cool. Opponent quality is not great. And the Camelot itself is kind of busy. I've noticed that when I first saw the game on YouTube and other channels, I said, oh, it's kind of hard to tell things apart. When you're sitting here looking at it and standing here and playing, it's not. But I know on video you guys are probably even looking at it thinking it's kind of a jumble, kind of a mess. It is. The tiles are really cool. You're setting them out. I always love flipping these tiles and setting them out. The wargamer in me, right, having sort of hex tiles like that. But having your character, if King Arthur, I'm getting out there, I'm getting after, defeating these different bad guys, whether it's Saxons or dragons, right? I got a whole mix of enemies and threats that I am trying to defeat while potentially completing quests. Although, again, kind of how I've been playing True Solo, I've skipped the whole quest since I only have 3 quests, so that'd be my one downer. But trying to get this game, if you pick it up as is, sort of the cheaper version, the one with less content, and still have a blast with it. You kind of have to come up with your own way to do it. And I'm just a fan of True Solo playing one character. I'll be honest. I don't like having 3, 4 characters. I do it, and I'm going to have games on the channel that you're going to see that, but it's not my ideal, right? My ideal game is one character, and that's it. So, all right. I think what we should do is let me go ahead and set things up, and I'll just show you guys a little bit of gameplay from what I'm talking about, my experiment, and you guys can see the game in action. And I still follow probably 99% of the rules, 95% of the rules. I just, tweak them a little bit for my game. So let's go ahead and dive into a little bit of a playthrough. All right, let's do a little playthrough here. Let's have some fun. So starting off, King Arthur, I get to go, right? These are my turns. I'll have 4 full turns. And really what you get to do is you get to do a bunch of different actions up to the point you've spent all your movement, which my movement, I have 4 movement points, and or you activate an active tile. That'll end your turn. But otherwise, scouting a new realm tile, so say if I'm adjacent to the Sally Port, which is probably where we'll head out, but we'll get there, don't worry. Challenging enemy tokens, sending them to the dungeon, attempting story challenges, escort tokens, which we're not going to use, inventory cards. Those things that you can do, none of them end your turn, but eventually you're going to run out of movement points, and or you're going to activate an active tile, and that'll end your turn. So you'll see it in action here. All right, turn 1, and we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 turns to collect 4 quest tokens. I'm not going to play through all these turns. Again, I just want to show you guys kind of how I'm playing it. So let's do this. Let's go. And we are King Arthur, of course. Got to be King Arthur. Starting off at the round table here. I want to get over and I want to get... All right, starting off, I want to get a virtue, which are these really cool tokens here. The shield with cross on there. I absolutely love that. Again, I love the symbology. I love the art in this game. Man, I'd love to see a 3rd edition. I know it sounds kind of funny. Oh, another edition? Yeah, but just take all the content, cram it into the box, give me a 3rd edition, please. I'll pay for it. I promise. I'll pledge on Kickstarter, GameFound, whatever you guys need. Anyway, give me more King Arthur, please. Just, tighten things up here and there. Anyway, I want one of those, and you can have one on your character. I want one of those, and I can go ahead and I can pick them up over on the virtue tile, which is over at the library. So let's get over to the library, or actually, go over to Bergfried instead, because I also want to hit up the treasury afterwards. So let's do that. Now, within Camelot, there's these walls here. There's some open areas, and there's these walls. I assume the walls block movement, but I'll be honest with you guys, I ignore them for my character. I only do them for the enemy. Again, because movement is so tough in this game, I found it's the big limiter. Where and when can you move? Plus, I'm playing True Solo with only one character. I kind of give them benefit of the doubt, right? Like, let King Arthur move throughout Camelot at will. Once they're out of the tiles, I'll have to follow the actual walls and paths. But in Camelot, let them go. So we're going to go ahead and move from the round table, 1, 2, 3, up to Bergfried here. And on that virtue tile, you can draw 1 virtue plaque, so we'll activate it. Now, that is going to end my first turn, right? So I only get the 4 turns per each of these turns. But, each key turn, let's call it. So I activate it. I get to draw a plaque here, a virtue tile, virtue plaque, truth. When spending destiny tokens to reroll challenges, you may declare a bonus attribute on the stones of chance. The stones of chance are the dice. To roll for and count as a success for a total of 3 attributes. Ooh, that's nice. I kind of mentioned that already. Being able to pick a 2nd attribute, so that's pretty legit, actually. So I'm glad we got that one for sure. Okay, so that ends my first turn. So what I like to do is I take that key turn token and I just rotate it clockwise. Maybe you could use a D4 and count it down. Whatever you want to do, right? I don't mind rotating the token. I'm used to it. I don't have to bring in something else. I have it here. Boom. Now I go ahead and start my second turn. I'm going to move up to the treasury, which is one away, and I'm going to activate the treasury. And I'm going to activate it because I want to draw a relic. Is that where I'm at? Yep, draw a relic card. Relic, hopefully we'll have something. I have a couple special spots open. Hopefully I get something really good. All right, Banner of Sir Ector. All players roll 1 additional Stone of Chance when challenging witches and druids. We discard this card to restore all of your destiny tokens. Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one, so we will take that one for sure. Okay, all right. And then sometimes, and I didn't just do it. What I've been doing is I draw 2, and I pick the one I really like. So basically, again, as one character playing against the game, and maybe this makes the game too easy. Maybe that's why I haven't lost yet. Although I've come close, I haven't technically lost. Maybe I should stick to just one, because sometimes you'll draw something that you just look at and you say that has no impact on on Arthur, on whoever, and it just doesn't help me, especially because there's still stuff in here that speaks to other characters. Which, yes, there's parts of the game that are designed to have multiple characters on the map, and so that can hurt you. And part of that would be things like, and I didn't cover this in the intro, but say you have a character on the war room, which is prowess, and then King Arthur's out fighting something. If there's another character on the war room, I actually get a bonus for him being on prowess. I think you get to roll another of the Stone of Chance, the dice, I believe. But again, I've only played one character, so I don't really follow that rule. Anyway, so maybe you could play where you draw 2 of them. So Banner of Sir Ector, Breastplate of Constantine. You may break this card to avoid taking a wound. When you break this card, roll a Stone of Chance. On a mana burst, this card is immediately repaired. That's kind of cool. But I would definitely say I think I like the Banner of Sir Ector first. Yeah, let's keep Banner of Sir Ector. So what I've been doing then is I just put that other relic or whatever it is on the bottom. Okay, well, that's the second turn. So now we're start our third turn here. Well, we got that one item. Should we get another special item? I think we should before we continue on. I know you're thinking, well, Wayne, you're just kind of sitting in Camelot. Well, I'm equipping. All right, I'm equipping my character. You gotta be ready for battle. You want to just charge out there. So let's do one more. Should we do it here? Should we try to replace one of our armory items? So where's the armory at? Should we head over to the armory? I think it's pretty far away though. There's the barracks, and then is there another place? Or is that the only place? Oh, that is. Yeah. That's repairing at the forge. No, thank you. Yeah, we're not gonna mess around with that. So, no, thank you. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and just do one more turn here at the treasury. We'll draw another relic. So I'm gonna draw 2 and pick the best one. Scepter of the Ninth. All players roll 1 additional Stone of Chance when challenging knights and magic creatures. You may discard this card to gain an extra quest coin when any player gains a quest coin for defeating a roaming threat. Whoa. Okay, we're keeping that one, I think. Vortigern's Bracers. You break this card to avoid taking a wound. Roll 1 additional Stone of Chance when challenging dragons. When you defeat a dragon, gain 1 Hesse token. Yeah, no, we're taking that Scepter of the Ninth. Okay, so maybe the game is a little too easy with my rolls. Hey, whatever. It is what it is. It's my game, right? Okay, well, that's the third turn. So now we're on our fourth and final turn of this key turn here. So let's get moving. Let's go start exploring. I think we should head down, and scouting is what the action's called. Let's head down to the Sallyport, and we'll scout for woods out here. So let's do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we used up our movement, but we still have an action to take. We will scout. So by scouting, very simple. You just draw from the top of the stack. Now the rules say stuff like, it's 1 stack of tokens of tiles, or it'll be this freaking tall. And then if it's not what you want, you have to put it at the bottom. And it doesn't matter. Clearly, it's all random, so it doesn't matter. Make a couple stacks and just draw from wherever you want. Again, it's all random. So let's draw this one here. And it's got woods on it, right? It's got mountain and woods, so it could either go at the drawbridge or down here at Sallyport. Yeah, we'll flip her over. And it's a road. All right. Nice little road. We'll just line it up there. And that is an encounter symbol. So when they have an encounter symbol on it, when we enter it, we will then draw an encounter card and deal with that. However, we are out of our movement, so we're done with this last turn, so I will call it there, last turn. So now we enter the key turn. The nice thing is, because there's no roaming threats out, this key turn is going to be super simple. Place 1 despair token to extinguish the flame of hope. So we're 1 closer, so now we only have 6 turns left, 6 key turns, right? Big turns left. You check the threat track, resolve enemy special abilities, move enemy tokens, challenge all enemy tokens that moved onto a character's tile, and then you pass the key turn token clockwise, which we don't need to worry about. So for us, because there's no threats out, we just went ahead and placed a despair marker there. So Flame of Hope extinguished. We were running out of time here to save Camelot and Britain. Okay, well, new turn here. Let's get going. We'll go ahead and move. We'll spend one of our movement, and you can kind of do it interchangeably. So we can move one, move onto the road. Oh, what do you know? We have to encounter the encounter. So flip her over. Mana Mutiny. If there are any non-named druids in play, place 3 more tokens in play on hallway tiles. Yikes. Thankfully, there are no druids in play, non-named druids. So we are good there. Ooh, that would have been a tough one. Beautiful. Simple, simple, simple. All right, let's go ahead and scout. So now we just draw another tile. And now flip it over, a road. So another road. And you can see we can put it here or here, right? We can put it wherever we want. Let's start moving over this way. And we will move into it. That's the second movement. So scouting does not end your turn. So we're kind of now that we're out here, we can kind of do some more stuff, but we're going to eventually run out of movement, right? So we moved 1 to get to the road, and now second movement here, another encounter. So we'll draw another encounter card. Seed Portal. If there are any non-named magic creatures in play, place 3 more tokens. And okay, so very similar. I swear I shuffled everything up. The game had definitely been played too, by the way. Some of the components had a little damage to them when I bought it. This is a used copy. I think I got it off Noble Knight Games, maybe? Anyway, doesn't matter. All right, so let's scout again. So we'll draw another token or another tile here. Ooh, Twin Rivers Glen. Oh, this is a travel one. Let's just travel to the dock over there if we wanted to, which we don't need to right now, but pretty cool. And now let's scout south of us, I'd say. So we'll scout again. Seed Mounds. Oh boy, here we go. And that is a threat. So we drew a tile that has a roaming threat tile. So each realm tile marked with the symbols requires a player to draw a roaming threat card when scouted. So we scouted it. So boom, we will draw a roaming threat. And because it's the first one, you start off on severe threat. So we draw the top one here. Cath Polog. Spawn the Polog token on the Snowdonia tile. Now that is like a monster, right? Like a boss monster. So you go look through the stack of tiles that have this mace on here. These are going to be for the named one. So when it says spawn him on the Snowdonia tile, one of these tiles is going to be his. As you can see, Kingdom Kent, Crystal Caves, Mountain Calaris, etc. What are we looking for again? Snowdonia. There it is. And we'll check the back just to make sure. Snowdonia is woods or mountains, so it could be up here, it could be down here. Thankfully, we are down here. So we'll go ahead and place this wherever we legally could place it. So let's do it right. Well, we'll continue through. Place it right down here. All right. So we spawn Polog again. He is a big bad. And he is a magic. Is he a magic creature? What is he? Yeah, because those are actually druids. I think earlier when I was looking at it. Anyway, so we place him on Snowdonia, and then spawn 3 magic creature tokens on green realm tiles, and their movement is aggressive. So 3 of the magic creature tokens. All right, we place them on the green realm tiles. Now, if you look, we have 3 tokens. There's only 2 green realm tiles. What does that mean? Well, we'll go ahead and place them on both, and then these spillover monsters, unfortunately, are then going to spawn on one of our hallways. So basically, because we didn't have enough room, we haven't explored enough, we haven't scouted enough out in the wilderness or whatever, they're going to spawn in the hallway. So I get to pick where those, or do get to pick where, excuse me. So I'm going to place them right there, so at least closer to me. So I'll be fighting these guys. All right. As long as Polog is in play, no player may make a spoils draw. Oh man, and the top item card is discarded during each key turn. He's a magic creature. Oh, bummer. Although, nice thing is, by the way, Arthur, favorite enemy. Roll 1 additional stone of chance, again the dice, when challenging magic creatures and Saxons. Saxons, obviously humans, actual humans from history. Magic creatures, debatable, but these are magic creatures. So I do get a bonus die when rolling against them, which is pretty cool. All right, so we will place that card, right, the threat card, up on the active roaming threats, and we'll place a little quest token. Dun dun, the first one that we want. All right, so what did we do here? So that was our first turn here. We're still on our first one. We've scouted. We revealed that. We have moved twice. So let's move again. And let's go ahead and move a third. Oh, that'll block off, but that's okay. Let's do this. Let's move here to Twin Rivers Glen. And we will go ahead and then challenge him. So because we're here, we get to go ahead and do a challenge. We'll flip him over. 3 difficulty, right? So it's 3, and we can use either our courage or we can use our altruism. Our courage is 4, altruism is 5. There's no reason not to use altruism. So 5 dice, 5 stones of chance. Get rid of one of them, so we get to roll 5 of them. Now, remember though, he's our favorite enemy. So a magic creature, so we actually get to roll 6 plus Banner of Sir Ector. Oh, I'm sorry, Scepter of the Ninth. All players roll 1 additional stone of chance when challenging knights and magic creatures. So we actually get to roll 7 dice. So we get to roll all these and then 1 more. Hey, you may think that's a lot. Sometimes you don't even get that. But let's see what happens here. So let's go ahead and roll. Challenge of 3. So we need to get at least 3 of these. All right, so we need to roll at least 3. And we are rolling against altruism. So the very Romanesque. Very Romanesque. All right, let's roll it. See what we get. 1, and only 1 so far. But then we do get to roll, 1 more die as a... I told you guys, even if it's a whole bunch of dice, sometimes you don't get it. And 1 more because of, we had up to 7 dice, right? Because we had both Scepter of the Ninth and then our favorite enemy. So 1 more. A burst. We got it on the burst. Nice. So mana burst counts as 2. So 2, 3. Boom, that's 3. We equal or defeated the challenge. So we took out this magic creature. King Arthur Pendragon summons his altruism and slays him with the longsword, not Excalibur. That's actually a separate item in the game. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. All right. Well, I'm looking, and unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get, I don't think, another challenge in, but we can at least move. So we've already moved 1, 2, 3. So let's go ahead and move 4. We'll move back to the road here. And that's it. We don't have any more movement left because I want to keep fighting, but we're just going to have to wait till our next turn. The nice thing is we go right into our next turn. So rotate the counter, go over. Now we're going to start our second turn. We'll go ahead and move down into the seed mounds, and boom. And let's go ahead and challenge him with his 3. And again, magic creature, same thing. So we're going to roll a total of 7 dice. And same thing, we're going to use altruism. So let's go ahead and roll. We need at least 3 successes. And we got a burst, mana burst for 2. So we're 1 die. So now we need an altruism symbol, or we need another burst. We got a mana burst. We did get it. Just got it. Jeez, even rolling 7 dice, we're just getting it on the reroll. That's crazy. All right. And let's go ahead. I don't even know if I want to do it, but let's go ahead and move. And a second movement point down where Pollig is and challenge him. The big bad. Here we go. Magic creature, same thing. So altruism, same things. But now we need 4 successes. Let's see what happens. I'm going to reroll that one. Okay, we did it. We got 2, 4, and we had 4. Even without the reroll that was on top, we still got 2 mana bursts, success. Boom, we take out the big bad guy. Not too shabby. Still 1 left, though. So we have not completed the roaming threat yet. There's still 1 left. So let's do this. We had, what did we do? 1, 2 movement, right? Because we were up here, we went 1, 2. Let's go ahead and scout. So we'll leave that thread up here in the hallway. I'm not worried about him at the moment. Let's scout. So draw another token. A road. Place it down here. And here's where sometimes the game can get a little, to start spreading out. I mean, I can't even imagine playing multiplayer with, here and here as well. Holy cow, talk about table space. But anyway, so we have a road with an encounter. Let's move into that with our 3rd movement. So now we'll have an encounter. The Dark Moon. Place 2 despair tokens on this card. Remove 1 every key turn. When no more tokens remain, discard this card. All non-named roaming threat challenge ratings increase by 1 as long as this card is in play. Whoa. Okay. I don't like that at all. Okay. All non-named roaming threats. That's him, actually. He's stronger now. Oh. Why didn't I just fight him? All right, and then let's do this. Let's go, start heading back. So we'll go 1 here. And we did 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the end. So now we go to our 3rd turn. We'll do 1, 2, and we'll scout Glastonbury. Very cool. With a threat, though. Oh boy. Yeah, maybe I should take care of the other one. All right, so it's a general threat, though, at least this time. So what do we get? Waylaid by Saxons. Spawn 1d6 Saxon tokens on silver rem tiles, and they are aggressive. All right, so roll 1d6. 4. Okay, bummer. 4 of the Saxons. On silver realm tiles, excuse me. So Glastonbury, Snowdonia, and there's no more. So hallway, and they're aggressive. And we'll put the Saxons up on the roaming threats and add a quest token. Yeah, we should probably start defeating these guys. Let's do that. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. So what are we at? What did we do? I said we did 1, 2 movement, right? And this is a third. So third, let's move into Glastonbury and challenge. He has 3, and we can use either prowess or altruism. We've already done altruism. Let's try prowess. We have 5 dice, 5 strength, so we get to roll 5 dice. But also, I believe our favorite enemy is Saxons, so we get an additional 1. So we do get to roll 6. All right, so we need 3 successes. And what would I say we're doing? Prowess? Sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 successes. Actually, we need 4, because remember the Dark Moon here. What a jerk. But we still defeat him even with 4. Not bad. And now we're up to 4 enemies, which 5, 6, 7, 8. Once we defeat all these, that's also an additional 1. Oh, I like that. Anyway. All right, let's get moving here. Let's move back 1. And we had what moved? Was that 2 or 3? 3, 4? I think that's it for a turn. So now we'll go to our last turn here. 1, 2, 3. We'll fight the Saxon down here. Same thing. We'll pick prowess. We'll challenge him. We have to roll 4 of them. We'll pick prowess again. This crossed axes. We got 1. And we'll go ahead and break our longsword to do another round of combat. And we will pick the altruism as well. So now we have longswords and altruism. So 2. Still didn't get enough. Are you kidding me? We'll discard a destiny token to roll another one. And we will pick movement. So now any of those, that's movement, right? What is that? No, that's courage. Oh no. We're getting our butt kicked here. We will start another token. And we'll pick courage. Everything but loyalty. Are you serious, game? All right, and we'll do 1 more. So I have a plan. And we'll roll again. And we did altruism. So we got 1, 2, 3. We need 4, though. We'll break our half plate. And now we get to roll second round of combat. So we get to roll all of them. And we hit and killed them. Oh, went through everything we have, though. So what I'll do now is I will go ahead and discard the banner of Sir Ector. And I will get my 3 destiny tokens back. So at least I have those back. All right. That was tough. That was a tough combat. I didn't like that. It's because that dang Dark Moon. All right, and we'll go Sid Mounds with our 4th and final. That ends our turn. So now we go to the key turn. So now with the key turn, we'll place a Despair here. We do remove 1 from the Dark Moon, which is cool. And then we will... So Flame of Hope is extinguished, right? So we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And check the threat track, resolve enemy special commands. I think they're all aggressive. No? Kath Peleg. So the actual creature in the hallway, he just holds. He just stays right there. So it'll tell you over here, do not move. However, the Saxons, they're coming after me. So they're just going to move to see where I am. So they'll move right down towards me. Just trying to get closer to me. All right. New turn. Here we go. Let's go ahead and start moving. And 1, 2, 3. And we'll go up here 4. We'll go to the Forge. And I'll activate the Forge, which will repair my armor. That's 1 turn down. And I'll activate it again 2 turns down to repair my weapon. All right, good. And so now I'll go to the 3rd turn. So I did 1, I did 2. So now we're on our 3rd turn. And let's go ahead and go over to the kitchen and fight the old Saxons here, which they have 4 strength, but I'll use my prowess at 5, and I do have it's my favorite enemy, so I get to roll all 6 dice. All 6 dice. I need crossed axes, 4 of them, or bursts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He is crushed. Beautiful. All right, and then I'll move down to the hallway here, and I'll fight, and I'm actually going to have to fight both of them, but one after the other. I have to fight them at the same time. So 4 and 4. So we'll use prowess for the Saxon first. So let's resolve that one first. 1, 2, 3. And that's not enough yet. I need 1 more. Let's discard a destiny token, and I will roll another die, and I will pick loyalty, the crown. Boom! I got a prowess. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I defeat him, which is the last of the Saxons, which means the Waylaid by the Saxons is done. General threat. So that card is done, which means I get a quest token. Ding. All right, and then I will have to fight the enemy here, the magic creature, which he has. Let's do altruism and magic creatures. I do get a plus. He's also a favorite enemy. Those are my 2 favorite enemies. Nice. And so I'll pick altruism, so I get to roll 6 dice. 1, 2, 3. 3 successes. I need 1 more. I'll do another token of destiny here. Roll another one, and I'll pick. Doesn't really matter. Courage. Pick courage. So altruism and courage. That was prowess, so no good. I'll discard the last one, and now I will pick loyalty, the crown. And I already had altruism. Boom. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He is defeated, which means I defeat the Cathpalig threat, which gives me this quest token. Dun, dun, dun. I have 2 quest tokens. Plus, I will then turn in my 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the dungeon. I don't know if I have to go. I don't think I have to move over there. I think I can just send them. Have some servant. They're in chains. Take them to the dungeon, servant. And they go to the dungeon, and that gives me an additional one. So now I'm at 3. Yeah, maybe I do have it too easy. Oh, okay. And that's 3. And then I would continue on from there, but I'm going to stop the playthrough there. I think you guys have a pretty good idea of how the game works, at least with my little custom changes. So as you guys can see, it's a heck of a game. Oh man, I wish I had all the content, and also I just wish maybe did a 3rd edition. Upgrade the component quality too. You know, some of these at this point. Now the game came out in 2016, which, I mean, I play older games all the time, but its cards are super thin. And there's no artwork on any of them, right? It's just the name and some text, which is fine, but wouldn't it be awesome to have better artwork? This Arthurian legend, and I mean, look at the character artwork. Look at King Arthur. Look at that. Look how cool that is. King Arthur conceived while his mother, Igraine, was still wed to the Duke of Gorlos. Arthur was born the son of Uther Pendragon and was destined to one day take the throne. Now that's some awesome artwork. I wish the rest of the game, cards, look like that too. But I like the mechanisms. I like the gameplay of it. My true solo method, obviously, I was just playing here. I still would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even if we say this turn is almost done, I still have 4 more turns, and I'd only have to get 1 more quest token. So maybe some of the things I've done have made it a little too easy for true solo. But again, hey, that's why I call this the true solo experiment. But Albion's Legacy 2nd edition, what a game. Looks fantastic in a lot of ways. Component quality is not quite there. And it could definitely tighten up some of the mechanisms, but just the action of starting Camelot as your base, going out exploring these tiles, flipping them over, very, very cool. Do wish there was more of a true solo built into the box. My method, clearly. Hey, I'm working on it, guys. But I've been having fun with it regardless, and the fact that I was able to get this game you know, with the lesser content for, I think, like I said, maybe like $30, if that. It may have been less, it may have been 20 something. I can't remember. You know, that is it worth it picking it up for $25? 30? Yes, absolutely. Is it worth it for 60? Not if you only get this content. If I got 20 quests instead of 3, then yeah, it would be worth it, right? So kind of I mentioned it. And again, if you look at some other videos, you'll see some other people talk about it. But here's the other characters you get, and you get way more characters, or maybe it's 20 characters, but you still get a ton of quests though. Here are the quests. Those other characters, Lady of the Lake, Lancelot, all that. The quest: Ninth Legion, Kadir Terran, and Dux Balorum. You only get 3 quests, man. You get a whole bunch when you have the full game, the like Kickstarter one. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd love to thank you for your subscription. You don't have to watch all my videos, just watch the ones that interest you. So click that subscribe button. But otherwise, even more importantly, you know, hit the thumbs up and comment below. Let me know what you think of my video and you think about this game. And yeah, maybe we can get a 3rd edition somehow. That'd be awfully cool. Otherwise, for now, I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna play it. Not a perfect game, not a game that I'm gonna recommend to everybody, but at the same time, if you like the theme and you don't mind kind of a fun little adventure game that's very Arthurian feeling, Albion's Legacy 2nd edition. You can get it cheap, or you can find the Kickstarter copy with all the stuff. Although if you can find that, let me know because I want to pick it up. All right. Hopefully that's enough. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, everyone. Later.